What's going on, everybody? It's your man Cleveland Terry, and today we're going to talk about something that is not necessarily just for DJs. It's really for everybody, but it's something that I got, and I want to share it with you because I absolutely love it. As you can see here, you guys know the way my old table used to look. Yes, it still had this kind of, blonde wood surface and everything, but the one thing that it did not have is the ability to do this. That's right, raise it up and drop it down. Now, what I love about this table, and this table is from a company called Flexispot. They contacted me and were like, hey, you want to take a look at one of our tables? And I said, absolutely. Now, I said absolutely because I have been looking for standing tables for the longest time. I have been holding back, and I was just about to go and get one off of Amazon. And well, they contacted me and I said, hey, I'm definitely willing to take a look at your table. And I'm glad I did, because it's probably one of my favorite things that I've ever received that I get to use on a daily basis. So this is called the Flexispot, let me get it right. The Flexispot standing desk. The E8 is the one that I received, and it comes in this wonderful bamboo, looks like wood, but it is a bamboo tabletop, and it feels and looks absolutely amazing. Obviously with bamboo, you're gonna get a little more durable tabletop here as opposed to just getting like a standard wood, or in some cases out there, particle board. One of the things that I love about this thing is the ability to raise and drop the table. I had another tabletop that I would put on top of that table because the table I was using just wasn't high enough. So I had to build a kind of makeshift table. Didn't look good on camera, so I had to be really, really careful about how I shot it, when I shot it. And then when I was doing my live shows, my Tech Thursday, I was forced to have to kind of always sit higher up because I couldn't drop it any lower. If I removed the table, then you could see my turntables had no place to kind of sit and operate. This really just eliminates all of those stressors, because if I want to have a lower table, I can just drop it down. All right, we're still going. Oh my Lord. From the bottom here, we have 24 inches, 2 feet off the ground. That's amazingly low. Ooh, that thing can get low. And of course, it can go up pretty high. So we are right now, this is kind of a comfort area. I like to have it a little higher. So right at about 39, I think it's 39 inches off the ground. The display will tell you exactly where you are. And let's see. And we are 39.5 inches. And it says 39.5 right on the display. So very, very accurate. But here's the thing. I have everything mounted to the table, so when I lift it up, everything kind of goes together, except for like this light right here. But I do want to show you how high it can go. We're still going? All right, we're still going. You can't see me because it's obviously focusing on the table, but 50.2 inches. I don't think you understand how high this is. Ignore the mess. But look how high this table is right now. Look how high I am. Now I'm 5'10". There's a lot to be happy about with this table. There's so much flexibility. One of the things is, you can see it now, this is my overhead. Now my overhead, if I need to get up where it's a little higher so I can get a better focus, I can do that without having to kind of adjust my camera. There's only so far I can adjust my camera with the lens that's currently on here. Now, if I am not getting what I need from it, if I need to do like a macro shot, well, I can just raise up this table and get it to the point. Now, there are presets on here. If I had a specific height I wanted to get to, like my top 2, I could program that in. The pad that comes with every single desk has the ability to set your memory points, the height that you're very comfortable with, so you can have multiple memory points. But also, you have a USB port right on the box. Now I can keep my feet on the ground. It's not too high, it's not uncomfortable, makes for a really easy thing. And then if I want to stand up and move my legs a little bit, I can do that and just raise my legs and make it happen the way I am comfortable with it. Setting it up was relatively easy. The motors, it's a dual motor system. and they are amazing motors. The box that they come in, super heavy. It takes 2 people to get that thing in the house because all the weight is in the motors and in the leg. It was actually fairly easy to install. I probably did the whole thing in about an hour. By myself, I was able to do it. 2 legs, and it's held together by this metal bridge. Like I said, it was easy. One of the things that I did notice is the cable management that's already built into the system. So all the wires for the motors go in nice and cleanly, and then after you put all the wires in, there is a metal bracket that goes right on top, so it keeps the table super clean. Also, along with the legs, I want to point out the oval design of them. This is very different than a lot of the other tables you'll see out there. Most of them are circular or square. This just goes to show you the level of detail that is placed in Flexispot's design, which makes it a winner in my book. And then you can take that whole thing and then put it onto the table and then, drill it in and then flip the whole thing over. Super easy. There's also the ability, like I said, I'm using this 55-inch tabletop, but they come in multiple sizes up to something like, I believe, 70. A lot of times when you get to a tabletop like that, you might actually need a completely different motor system. You don't for this. There is a really cool expansion process that allows you to stretch the legs out using its metal bracket and sliding it open, that way giving you more area to put on larger desktop tables. I'm only using the 55. I'm not going any bigger, but if I decided one day that I actually do want to go bigger, I don't have to buy a complete new table. All I need to do is replace this tabletop right here. So it doesn't get any easier than that. The quality is amazing. I love the feel of this thing. It's very durable. I think it's going to last for a long time. The processes they use to make this way, the coating that's on here is going to allow for the color to remain as consistent as the first day you bought it. And like I said before, I think it's going to alleviate a lot of scratches and things like that because of the durability of the bamboo. Now, one of the things that it did come with that I love, they sent me a whole bunch of stuff. Some of the stuff I'm not using, but a lot of it I am. One of them is the drawer. This handy dandy drawer, which I put in, which allows me to keep my keyboard and things like my remote and things like this for things I always end up losing. I can keep it in this drawer. There's another drawer that they sent me to, a metallic drawer that I'm not using, but I will find a use for it. I just am not using it yet. And then this really convenient power strip that mounts right to the desk, and it gives me 3 more plugs plus a USB-A and a USB-C port. So if I need to charge something up real quick, I can just get that done. It's so convenient. I didn't think I was going to use half the stuff they sent me, and I'm literally using like all of it. The only thing I did not use is they sent me like a pencil holder and then the drawer, but that was it. Everything else I'm using. If you need to charge your computer, you don't have to kind of search underneath the table to find a plug. You got that right here. If you want to charge USB, you got that right here. I use a lot of electronic equipment. I use a lot of DJ equipment. And that way I can keep things on here and then I can just plug them in over here. I don't have to look for things. And there's still a whole bunch of cords, and I'm sure you saw it when I backed up the camera. I'm going to be able to clean that up now because I'm not using half the cords I was before. Now, for all of you people that are, DJs, especially after the pandemic, these kinds of tables are amazing because you don't have to think about whether or not the table you're using is either too high or too low for like your turntables or your controller. You can decide what works. And if I'm sitting here right now and I'm talking to you guys, what happens if I want to DJ and I stand up and maybe the table is too low? Well, I can just raise it up to the level of my turntables. I'm absolutely in love with this table. And right now over President's Weekend, there is an amazing sale happening. I think they're giving like 30 or 40% off. It's a really good deal. It's like half off. So you're not going to beat those prices. And I think the difference is for some people, they're going to say, well, I'll just go to Amazon. Amazon is cheaper. Maybe, but the quality of this table is so much better than some of the other tables that I've seen. And while it's on sale, they're about the same price, but you're getting a much better system. So if you are interested in something like this, go down to the description. I'll leave the link to where you can buy this table. It's an amazing table. It has the Cleveland Terry stamp of approval on it. I'm a big fan of this. I think you would be too. Take a look when you get a chance. Link in my description. Guys, girls, always a pleasure. If I don't talk to you later, we'll talk soon. Peace.